So, let me ask you something. Have you ever thought about what would happen if you left everything behind? Your home, your family, the one person who was your world, and came back only to find that nothing was the same? You think your wife would be waiting for you? Your life just the way you left it? Or would the person you trusted most in the world betray you in the worst way? I paused, the weight of those words hanging in the air like smoke. For a moment, it feels like I'm caught between two worlds, the one I left behind and the one I'm trying to step back into. Who am I? Well, my name's Ryan Mitchell. I'm 32 years old, born and raised in Seattle, Washington. A proud Marine, or at least that's what I used to think of myself. Before all of this, I let the sound of my boots echo in the quiet hallway, the familiar scent of home, the scent I thought would never change, clinging to the air. But I know something's off the second I step inside. It's subtle, something that doesn't quite fit. A piece of the puzzle out of place. I'd spent a year away from everything. My life, my wife, the love I thought would be waiting for me. I fought in places I'd never heard of, faced battles I can't even remember the names of. But every day in the back of my mind, it was Emily who kept me going. I thought about her every night. She was my anchor, my reason for coming home. But now, standing in the living room, I can't shake the feeling that everything has changed. The quiet is different. The stillness feels hollow, like it's waiting for something to break. I'm not the same as when I left. But I never thought she would be either. I never thought I'd come home to find my world turned upside down. Maybe this is how it goes, when you leave so much behind. People move on. But that doesn't make it easier. It doesn't make the hurt go away. And right now, standing in this house, my house, it feels like I'm walking into a nightmare I didn't see coming. It feels surreal. One minute, I'm in the midst of a foreign battlefield, surrounded by chaos, trying to survive one more day. The next, I'm stepping off the plane, my boots hitting the tarmac of the place I thought I'd never see again. Home. I've spent a year away from everything. A year filled with sleepless nights, far from the comfort of anything familiar. But I had one thing that kept me going, the thought of Emily. Every bullet I dodged, every time I thought I wouldn't make it, I reminded myself of her. Of us. Our future. I clutched the letter I'd written her, the one I promised I'd send when I came back. I never thought I'd be gone so long. Tonight I was supposed to surprise her. A homecoming dinner, just the two of us to mark the end of my service. No more deployments. No more long nights apart. Just me and Emily, living the life we always dreamed of. As I drive through our quiet neighborhood, everything looks the same. The same houses. The same trees lining the streets. But there's a strange weight in the air, like something's waiting to be discovered. And as I approach my house, I see it. The first sign that maybe things aren't as I left them. There's a car parked in the driveway. Not a single vehicle I recognize. Sleek, unfamiliar. My stomach tightens. I tell myself it's nothing. A neighbor's car. Maybe a friend stopped by. But even as I try to convince myself, the unease creeps in. Something's off. I take a deep breath, trying to push it down. I can't let my mind wander. I've been away too long. I'm here now. That's all that matters. I open the front door, expecting the familiar warmth of our home. The smell of Emily's perfume, the sound of the soft music she always plays when she's cleaning. But the air feels sterile, cold. I hear voices muffled from the other room. Not the usual hum of the TV or the sound of Emily humming in the kitchen. These voices are different. Low-strained. They don't belong. I step further into the house, each footstep echoing louder than I expected. The house that once felt like my sanctuary now feels alien, foreign. And then I see them. Emily, sitting on the couch. She looks disheveled. Her hair's not styled the way it usually is, and her clothes don't fit her usual vibe. There's something about the way she's sitting, stiff, too still, that makes my stomach drop. And across from her is a man I don't recognize. Tall, sharply dressed, casual, but with a confidence that feels all too comfortable in my living room. A stranger, yet somehow he looks like he belongs. The moment our eyes meet, Emily's expression falters. Her lips part, but she doesn't speak immediately. It's a hesitation. The kind of hesitation that makes everything feel wrong. She finally stands up, her voice faltering as she stammers through an awkward introduction. "This is Ben," she says, her eyes briefly avoiding mine. "A friend. From work." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. "Ben." I force a smile, but inside my thoughts spiral. "Ben. I've never heard of him. Never once in the letters or the phone calls. Why didn't she mention him before? But I can't show that. Not yet." I just nod, giving him a firm handshake, trying to mask the rising suspicion in my chest. I try to brush it off. "It's fine, just a friend." She said that herself. But something doesn't sit right. The way Ben looks at me, a little too confident, a little too knowing. And the way Emily avoids eye contact, the way she tugs at her sleeve as if she's trying to hide something. I look around the room, trying to steady my thoughts, but the doubt grows stronger. There's a nagging feeling in the back of my mind that I can't shake. I've been away for so long. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I tell myself it's nothing. Just a friend, like she said. And yet, as I sit down next to Emily, my hands clenched into fists at my sides, that tiny seed of doubt has been planted. And it's not going away. Every instinct in me is screaming, telling me to question this, to confront Emily, to ask what's really going on. But I stay quiet, the silence between us growing heavier. I came home for her, for us, but the more I sit here, the more I feel like I'm being shut out, like something's slipping through my fingers. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this feeling. I don't know if I'm imagining things or if something is really wrong. But whatever it is, I can't ignore it. Not anymore. The days blur together after that night, but they're marked by a subtle shift in the air. It's as if something that once held us together has frayed, thread by thread. I keep telling myself it's just my mind playing tricks on me, but the changes are too obvious to ignore. Emily, my Emily, is different. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes anymore. The warmth, the easy conversations we used to have, are gone. She's distracted. Her mind seems miles away even when she's standing right next to me. I try to engage her, but she's always slipping through my fingers. The little gestures that used to make me feel loved, her hand brushing mine as we sit together, the soft kisses when I came home, those are gone. Now, when I walk into the room, she doesn't even look up. It's as if I'm not even here. And when I reach out to her, she pulls back. She avoids my gaze. She doesn't greet me the way she used to, no excitement, no warmth in her voice. Every evening feels like a rehearsal of a life I no longer recognize. Emotional impact. I feel like a stranger in my own home, a visitor in the life I thought I was coming back to. The woman I fought for, the woman I had dreamed of returning to, feels like she's slipping away from me with every passing day. I'm not sure what's changed, but the distance is growing and it's suffocating. My heart aches in a way I can't explain. The war outside might be over, but this battle, the one with the woman I thought would always be by my side, has just begun. Something isn't right. My instincts are telling me to keep my eyes open. I try to ignore the little signs. Emily's phone buzzing at odd hours, the tightness in her voice when I ask simple questions. But the more I try to push the doubts away, the clearer they become. I catch her sneaking off into the other room when her phone rings. When she thinks I'm not looking, she lowers her voice, speaking in hushed tones that make my chest tighten. I don't know what's happening, but I can feel it. Something's off. I start to wonder if I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm just paranoid, I tell myself. Maybe I'm just not used to being home again. But one evening, I came home early from a meeting. I don't expect much. It's just another evening, just another quiet night in a house that feels colder every day. I hear voices. Low, muffled voices coming from the kitchen. It sounds like Emily and someone else. At first, I tell myself it's nothing. Maybe she's on the phone with a friend. But then I hear it. That unmistakable tone of intimacy, the laughter, the way their words overlap. It hits me like a punch to the gut. I freeze, standing just outside the door, my heart racing. It's Ben. The man from the other night. My mind starts to spin and I feel my body move before I can stop it. My hand grabs the door handle and I open it, stepping into the room. The room falls silent. Both of them look up, caught off guard. Emily's eyes widened, guilt flooding her face. I can see it in her expression. Fear, regret, but no surprise. She knew this moment would come. "Ryan," she whispers, standing up quickly. I didn't expect you." "Don't," I cut her off, my voice a mixture of hurt and disbelief. I'm staring at her, at the woman I loved, the woman I thought would always be by my side. Don't even try to explain. I've seen enough. I turn to Ben, my fists clenched, but he stays seated, avoiding my gaze, clearly uncomfortable. But Emily, she can't look at me. Her head hangs, tears welling up in her eyes. Tell me, I demand, my voice breaking despite myself. Tell me what the hell is going on. She can't hold it in anymore. She crumbles. The tears fall freely now, and her hands tremble as she tries to explain, but the words are jagged, broken. Ryan, I didn't mean for this to happen. But you were gone. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. When I got the letter, saying you were MIA, I lost myself. I didn't know how to keep going. She pauses, her breath shaky as she looks at me, like she's trying to hold on to whatever part of me she still has. I started writing to you every day, like I promised, but when I thought you were gone, Ben was there. He was there for me when I couldn't stand being alone. Her voice cracks, but it's too late. The words have already cut through me like a blade. She went to someone else. She chose someone else. The woman who had once promised me her loyalty had been lying to my face all this time. Ryan, she whispers, her voice raw with emotion, I never wanted this. I never wanted to betray you. But I thought I was losing you forever. I thought I'd never see you again, and when Ben showed up, I didn't know what to do. I just let myself fall. She pauses, as if the weight of what she's saying is finally sinking in. I never stopped writing to you. I never stopped loving you. But when I thought you were gone, I let myself believe I had to move on. And Ben, he just happened to be there. Emotional impact. I can feel my chest tightening, my heart shattering with every word she says. She doesn't get it. She doesn't understand the pain she's caused. I fought for her. I fought for our future, and she gave it away. She looks at me, desperation in her eyes. Ryan, please don't leave. I never meant to hurt you. I take a deep breath, the pain in my chest threatening to break me. But there's nothing left to say. Nothing left to feel but betrayal. She wasn't just unfaithful to me. She was unfaithful to everything we built. The air is thick with tension, thick enough that it almost feels like I'm suffocating. I've never been a man to shy away from confrontation. But the scene unfolding in front of me feels like something out of a nightmare. Ben stands there, calm, collected, but the look in his eyes is full of regret. My fists are clenched so tight my knuckles are turning white. The anger and hurt roiling inside me is hard to contain. I've spent months fighting battles far away from home, but this is a war I didn't expect to fight. He's the enemy now. He crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. You think this was some mistake? I can't keep my voice steady. You think you're just some friend to her? That you didn't do any harm? Ben's eyes dart to the floor. He's not proud of himself, that much I can tell. But there's something in his demeanor, something about the way he stands there like he doesn't want to own up to what he's done. I didn't want to hurt you, Ryan, he says, his voice low. I never wanted to cause any harm. She needed someone. I was just there for her. Just there for her? The words are like a slap to my face. This man stood in the place I should have had. He's been in my home, in my bed, pretending like nothing was wrong. He took what wasn't his to take. I turned to Emily. She's standing there, eyes brimming with guilt. She can't even meet my gaze. Why? I demand, my voice breaking despite my best efforts. How could you do this? How could you betray me like this? After everything? She's shaking now, her tears flowing freely. Ryan, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought you were gone, and I couldn't do it anymore. Ben was just there for me, and I didn't know what else to do. I thought I was losing you forever. Her voice cracks, but her words do nothing to erase the hurt. She's asking for forgiveness, but it feels like she's too late. The trust we once shared is gone, shattered into pieces. She was my everything, my world, and she let someone else into it. I don't know how to feel anymore. The weight of it all presses down on me, betrayal, anger, sadness, but something in my gut tells me that this isn't over. I can feel the cracks forming in my chest, the sharp ache of a heart breaking in real time. I can't stay here, not like this. The damage is done. But as I turn to leave, the sound of a knock at the door stops me dead in my tracks. I glance back at Emily and Ben. Neither of them is moving. The door is just sitting there, waiting. I don't want to deal with it, don't want to hear any more excuses, but something pulls me to it. I open the door, and standing on the porch is a small package. Nothing special, just a plain brown box with my name on it. It's heavy, but the weight of it doesn't feel right. Why is this here? I bring it inside, my mind racing. Maybe it's some sort of mistake, maybe I'm just losing it, but I can't shake the feeling that this box is important. I sit down, and with hands that still shake from the confrontation, I open it. Inside there's a stack of letters. They're worn at the edges as if they've been read and reread 1,000 times. And then it hits me, these are her letters. Emily's letters. I pull one from the pile, my fingers trembling. The paper is slightly yellowed with age, and I can smell her perfume faintly as I read her handwriting. The letters are filled with love, longing, devotion. There's so much love in each word, in each sentence. It's like she was writing to me the whole time. I thought she was lost to me, but she never stopped reaching out. She never stopped hoping. The last letter is dated just days before I received the MIA notification. Her words are softer, more fragile. She writes about how hard it's been, how she's been holding on to the hope that I'd come home, that we'd be able to pick up where we left off. But then a confession comes, one that cuts through me like a knife. I couldn't tell you this in my last letter, but I was falling apart. I had to keep pretending I was okay, that everything was fine. But the truth is, I couldn't live like that anymore. I had to find some way to survive. And Ben, he was there. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I didn't want this, but I didn't know what to do. I sit there, the weight of the letters heavy in my hands. The woman I loved had written to me every day. She waited for me. She clung to me even when she thought I was gone. But she fell, didn't she? She let the loneliness pull her in. And the worst part? She never meant to hurt me. She was just trying to survive, just like I had been. She wanted to leave Ben. She was planning to leave him. But she didn't know when or if I would come back. So she stayed. She stayed with him until I returned. As I sit there, staring at the letters, I feel like I'm being pulled in two directions. The anger, the pain, they still claw at me, but a part of me feels the weight of what she's confessed. Emily didn't betray me just for the sake of it. She was broken too. She thought I was lost, thought I'd never come home. The timing was all wrong. She was caught in her own web of grief and loneliness. And I wasn't there to hold her. To tell her it would be okay. To remind her that we could make it through anything. I stand up, the letters falling from my hands. I don't know what to do. I'm so torn. The man I was when I left, the man who believed in unwavering loyalty, is breaking apart in front of me. I can't decide if I want to fix this or walk away. Does she deserve forgiveness? Can I trust her again? Emily's life, and mine, are both tangled in the wreckage of what happened while I was gone. She has a choice now. Does she fight for me? Or does she let it all go, let it all die? But what about me? Do I fight for us, or do I leave it all behind? I stand there, my heart pounding in my chest, 1,000 thoughts colliding at once. This moment feels like I'm trapped between two versions of myself. The man I was before I left, before the war, before the pain, and the man I've become, broken and bruised by the truth that's come crashing down around me. Emily is behind me, her voice pleading, her words broken. I can hear her, but the distance between us is impossible to bridge now. She's asking for forgiveness, for a second chance. She's begging me to stay, to fight for us, but I can't. How do you fight for something that's already been shattered? She doesn't understand. How could she? She's never had to look me in the eyes and see the man she broke. I've fought for everything my entire life. My country, my duty, my love for her. And yet, this is the battle I can't win. I feel the weight of everything that's happened settle on my shoulders. The betrayal. The lies. The silence. She was my world. But now I'm left standing in the wreckage, unsure of who I even am anymore. I love her. I do. But love is complicated. Love is supposed to be the one thing that gets you through anything. But it wasn't enough to keep her from walking away from us. How can I love someone who chose someone else? I know forgiveness should be the answer. I know people make mistakes. But this is too much. She's not the woman I left behind. And I'm not the man I was when I went to war. I can't do this. I can't stay. I turn my back on her, on the life we had, and start walking toward the door. I know what I'm doing. And yet it feels like I'm losing everything. My heart aches, each step heavier than the last. Just as I open the door, ready to step into the unknown, ready to leave everything behind and start fresh, I hear her voice. Ryan, please don't go. I'm so sorry. Don't leave me. She's standing there in the doorway, tears streaming down her face, her hands outstretched toward me. Her voice cracks with desperation. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought I lost you forever, and I didn't know how to keep going without you. Please don't leave me like this. I freeze. I'm so close to walking away from everything, from all the pain, from all the hurt. But her words, they cut through me like nothing else. She's asking for one last chance. She's begging me to stay. She's holding on to whatever's left of us. And as much as I want to believe in that, as much as I want to fall back into her arms and pretend everything can go back to the way it was, I know it can't. I can't stay here and keep living a lie. I take a deep breath, the silence in the room suffocating. But I make the choice. I leave. I step outside, the cool night air hitting my face, a stark contrast to the warmth of the house I've just left behind. But the weight in my chest doesn't lift. It only grows heavier. I loved her. I fought for her. But I can't live in the shadow of what we once had. I can't keep pretending things can be fixed when the foundation of everything we built has crumbled beneath us. Sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes it's not enough to make up for the brokenness, the betrayal. I know I'm making the right choice. I have to choose my own healing, even if it means walking away from the woman I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with. I've been to hell and back, and the hardest part of this fight is walking away from the person who was supposed to be my home. But I can't keep living in a past that's already dead. I get into my car, the engine purring to life beneath me. I look in the rearview mirror, and for a split second I see her face, her tears, her broken expression. But I can't go back. I can't fix it. I drive away, the city lights fading behind me, the home I thought I'd return to slipping further and further out of view. My reflection in the mirror is all that's left. My face a mixture of pain, regret, and something else. Peace. I'm not sure what the future holds. But at least I know now that I'm choosing it. Choosing me. What happens when you return from war only to find that the greatest battle you face is at home? I'm not sure. But I do know this. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is walk away. And sometimes that's the only way to find peace.